Hey everybody, hello and welcome back to this episode of No Easy Feast, where it's time to roll up our sleeves and get to it because today we're going to be breaking down a chicken and converting it into chicken stock and usable meat for whatever you might need. First off, we're going to get rid of those chicken thighs and drumsticks, and that starts by lifting it up and letting the weight of the chicken really pull down on the rest of it, cutting rid of that skin, and then until you can see that back membrane right there. At which point we're going to slowly cut through, making sure to keep the back oyster intact, and then bring the thigh up and then backwards on top of itself, and it will pop out and expose that joint right there. And then you're just going to quickly cut right through that. And there you go. That's how to quickly and easily separate any chicken thigh from a drumstick. And you can separate those from each other later if you want to. But for now, we're going to keep them together and move on to the wings. Once again, hold it up so that the weight of the chicken really pulls it down and kind of helps separate it. And then you're going to go in a circle around the base of that joint, really separating the skin. Try not to cut too deep into the breast meat because you want to leave the breast as intact as possible. But you'll be able to find that joint and just pull backwards on that wing and it will come right off. At this point we need to get rid of that backbone, so I'm holding out my big knives and really just cut straight down and through. And that takes a bit of effort, but eventually you'll get all that. And that piece of meat and bone isn't really good to eat, but we can use it for stock. And then I'm going to remove the skin off the breast because I don't really want to deal with that, especially because I'm going to be grilling these breasts. And then right now you can decide if you want to take these completely off the bone, but I like to leave the bone in. I don't know, I think it makes it taste better. So I'm just going to take my big knife again and go straight down the middle and really just force it through and just cut directly through that center chest bone. I don't know what that's called. Sternum? I don't know. Chicken sternum. We're going to go sternum. And you can see it on both sides, and then we can just set those aside, and we're done. That's how to easily break apart a chicken. Now, I've had the chicken bones and like the wing tips and the backbone of the chicken browning in a stock pot. And to that, I'm going to add half of an entire onion, 2 sticks of celery, and 1 carrot. You can add more carrot, more celery if you want it, but then I'm going to add, I don't know, about like 12. I don't know, a little less. We'll call it 12. Yeah, that's more than that. I don't know. Add a teaspoon or so of whole black peppercorns, and then I'm going to add 2 bay leaves. And then we're just going to let this simmer on the back burner for 4 hours until it's kind of boiled down and looks good. After covering it with just enough water to cover everything in the bowl. It shouldn't really. So that's everything there. Looking good. So now after I've simmered it for a very long time, about 3 to 4 hours, I let it go in the refrigerator overnight until all the fat has come to the top and solidified, and that makes it a lot easier to strain out. Because we just want that nice, delicious chicken stock. So I've picked out all the gubbins and put them in the trash. And now I'm going to run the rest of the stock through a fine mesh strainer into a bowl. I do this in the sink just to prevent excessive spillage because, you don't really want to just be dumping chicken fat everywhere across your kitchen. And that's it. Just like my dad taught me, you now know how to break down a full chicken and turn it into some beautiful, delicious stock. This stock can go in the freezer. I like to store it in old yogurt containers because those are nice quart size. And now you know. Thanks, and see you next time.